Welcome. I am artist Nicole Ray. I am a guide, coach, and teacher of the art of daily practice, and I am grateful to be rising in practice with you. I am here to help you connect with your most present self, create space within, and cultivate your vision. Together, we will begin a daily practice to bring inspiration, healing, and guidance into your life. You have a guide available for this practice that is either printed or available digitally. So you can have that or a journal and a pen. Today, this time is for you, and my intentions are to hold space for you and guide you through some simple beginner practices that can help you navigate your journey in any area of your life. So let's dive in, let's practice. So, to practice is a choice that you make to go towards all you do in your life with love. This love carries space, which is what we're all most looking for. And within that space is that inspiration, healing, and guidance that I shared. Now, the word love may not resonate with you this morning, but love carries all good things, all positive energies. And so I want you to just think about, is there a word or a collection of words that you carry with you that you could fill in the blank for that word love? So this practice is personalized and customized for you. So to go towards all you do in your life with confidence, with faith, with dedication, with devotion, with strength, with authenticity, with a sense of peace and calmness. So just take a moment and just see what word or words resonate with you and just see if that most present self within you will bring you a word. If nothing comes to mind right now, by the time that we are done practicing, you will have your word. And again, just remember to go towards all you do in your life with love. And that is just a simple little choice that we make. And it's a practice. It's not easy. It's not hard. It's a practice. And when we practice, it creates space for what we most need. We have space to rise. We have space to fall. We have space to unfold and to wiggle and to wobble and to not have it all and to have it all the things. So when we practice, you will see how you have a lot of space and a lot of flexibility to move around in this, and each person's practice is unique for themselves. So let's dive in and declare that we have a daily practice. So repeat after me. I have a daily practice. All right, very good. Let's do a little bit better. Okay, I know we're just getting it all together. Here we go. I have a daily practice. Jazz hands. Three times is always better. I have a daily practice. So we have a daily practice by declaring, by stating out loud. We don't need to do anything to have it. So I know I kind of bamboozled you into repeating after me, but guess what? Now it's done. You don't have to do anything more or anything less. You have a daily practice. The only thing that's required along the way is for you to gently remind yourself that when you're wiggling and you're wobbling and you're falling off the horse and you're getting back on and you're feeling all the feels, that you just say, you know what? I have a daily practice. I'm just practicing. And again, that's where that grace, that compassion, that understanding, that softness, that positive self-talk, that those motivating words, whatever it is that you need, that peace, that calm, it will come into that space. So if you're standing at the kitchen counter eating the whole bag of granola, and all of a sudden you feel the feels, you can just remind yourself, hey, I'm just practicing. So again, it's you're doing the best you can, and there's always tomorrow. That practice is that we're just practicing. We don't have to get it right every day. We don't have to know all the steps, and there is a lot of space to well, wiggle. Okay, so I have a daily practice. Now I want you to start to explore What areas in your life right now could you start to see, capital SEE, which means to see with the light, which is kind of like having to reach up on top of a fence and lift yourself up and look past what's in front of you to look in a sense with light, with vision. Okay. So, what areas in your life are maybe you challenged in, or that you feel those edges, or you're just hard on yourself? What areas are those? And can you state that those are going to be areas that you're practicing in? Maybe you're practicing in your work, in your relationships, your hobbies, your self care, keeping your home organized, keeping your closet organized. Okay. And guess what? You might be like, wow, I got all those areas. And guess what? So do I. And so I stay very close to my practices that I'm going to share with you. And so go ahead and just take a moment of what areas are you going to declare that you're going to practice in? What areas are you going to declare that you're going to go towards that area with love, or with whatever word you wrote down? Because again, with that intention that is set from our thoughts, before we do anything, we'll start to go forward in front of you and just help you soften and navigate that journey. Okay. Just give yourself a moment. You can always pause this video at any time, and just make a list. Maybe you're going to practice with money. Maybe you're going to practice with the way that you move your body. Maybe you're going to practice with a specific relationship in your life. Maybe you're going to practice trying new things. Maybe you're going to practice decluttering your home. Just see what arises up. And guess what? As we go into this practice, you're going to be walking into yourself. You're going to be connecting with yourself. So, right now, we're just warming up. So, just give yourself some grace. And as you step into some other practices and we clear some space and we connect with our present self, you're going to see how some of this, when you go back to this guide and look at what you wrote down, you most likely may add something, or whatever you wrote down will become more clear. So you're doing a great job. I am proud of you for doing this work. It's not easy. It's not hard. It's a practice. And this is the work that can never be taken from you. It can never be lost. And so it's hard, deep, somewhat uncomfortable, but all of us know it's necessary for the growth, for the healing, for the processing, and for the journey. And the beautiful thing about this work is that it keeps helping you get clearer with yourself. It helps you build that relationship to yourself. It brings healing into your life. It helps you connect with your intuition. And all of those things just help ground you and center you, and help you really tuck in to what are the needs for you right now. And those are changing all the time. So let's take a look at our guide. So we're going to dive right into this first practice. And the practice is called I Forgive and Release. So I know you're like, wow, this is like, we're going into forgive. It's absolutely necessary to begin here so that we can go into our second practice, which is AM Affirmations. And so before we start, I'm going to give you full permission to allow this information I give you to go in one ear and out the other. Why? Because we are going to do the work together, and you will gain your understanding as you practice, as you do this. And we are going to do it right now together. And that's where I am your guide. I will meet you exactly where you're at. I am passionate about being at the beginning. Many times on my journey, I get the opportunity to begin again. I'm here passionately to be in this part of the journey where we often try to move forward or skip over or not try to be here very long, but there is a beauty that is found in beginning. And as we begin, you will see that as we move through, we will arrive. And the way that we begin is not the way that we arrive. Okay. Arrive in a way is like the way we kind of finish or close our practice. Okay. And so the feels and the tension and the resistance and not really wanting to do this, that's completely 100% normal. And if you got it, that's a really good thing. Why? Because these tools are really going to help move some of that around in you. So if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling heavy, if you're feeling blocked, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're just feeling burned out, whatever those feelings are, we're going to just hold space for them together. And you're not alone. And we're all navigating many of those feelings, if not all of them, all at the same time. So as we practice, I will be practicing right there with you. All right, so we're going to dive into our first practice of I forgive and release. It is a tool to have in your toolbox to help you release heavy thoughts, feelings, emotions, beliefs, memories, past experiences that are no longer serving you. It is a tool to help you shift from that of a feeling of heavy, blocked, stuck to that of open, spacious, light filled. It is also helpful to help you move from that of more of that kind of negative feeling or that negative self talk to that of a more light, inspirational, positive self talk. Okay. The word forgive is very powerful in the sense that it is to be seen as two separate words, FOR-GIVE. It carries this word give in it. So, again, how many words? Two words. Okay. So separate them out. And where that dash is at, visualize a heart. Okay. That heart there is your actual heart as well as your mind. Okay. That's that space, right? So the word forgive carries the word give. And what it means is it's a choice that you make with your free will to give love, light, positivity, inspiration away into your mind and heart, as well as body of anything heavy for you to see, capital SEE, with the light, a different perspective with understanding and truth. So remember, like I shared, I want this to go in one ear and out the other because you will gain your understanding as you practice. So again, FOR-GIVE, I forgive and release. So there are three ways to do this practice. How many? Three. Okay. If you're doing it one of these ways, you're going to see how it moves in you, and it will move in you. I've had my work for over 13 years, and not a day goes by that I am not using the F word of forgive. Okay, so the first way is to speak it out loud, whether it would be loudly or whispering it or softly, but it is audible. So repeat after me. I forgive and release. All right, you know where we're going. Three times is always better. So again, I forgive and release. One more time, I forgive and release. Awesome. Okay, so where would you do this? Probably somewhere where you're by yourself. Why? Because it's kind of weird, right? So maybe you're taking a walk. Maybe you're doing some laundry. Maybe you're driving in the car. Okay. If a heavy thought, a feeling, emotion comes up, somebody cuts you off while driving, you can be like, I forgive and release. You're rushing to work. I forgive and release. All of the laundry, I forgive and release. Okay. The second way is to say it mindfully. So, right now, without speaking, I want you to say the affirmation, I forgive and release. So I will move my head so you know that I'm using that voice in my head to use this prompt. Okay. So, I forgive and release. So, where would you use this? Well, that's when people are around. Maybe you're at a family function. Maybe it's the holidays. Maybe you're at a work meeting. And all of a sudden, you're just starting to feel whatever those feels are. You know what they are. Okay. We all got them, right? So you can carry this practice with you even when you're with someone. Maybe you're feeling overwhelmed at a concert. Maybe you're feeling overwhelmed standing in the aisle at Target, wondering what hairspray or detergent or shampoo to buy, and you're overwhelmed because there's so many on the shelf, and you went to Target to have some kind of peace, and now your peace is a little bit disrupted. You could be going, I forgive and release. And guess what? Nobody's paying attention to you at Target. Why? Because everybody goes to Target to, like, get a Starbucks and walk around and look at all the pretty things. And so everybody's in their own little world. So you can just be saying, I forgive and release. You might find that you share it with somebody in the aisle who's also looking at shampoo, wondering which one to buy. Okay. The third way to do this practice is by writing it down, whether it's on a piece of paper, in a notebook, in a journal, or typing it in your notepad in your phone. Okay. So today, we are going to take a little bit of time to clear some space, to give love, to give light, to give inspiration, to give positivity away into our heart and mind so we can move some things. Because when we are carrying heavy things in our minds and on our hearts, we actually do feel it in our bodies. Many of you know what I'm talking about. You feel it in your neck, you feel it in your shoulders, maybe you feel it in your stomach, your lower back, everything. Those thoughts, feelings, and emotions can manifest into the physical body. So you will find that as you have this tool, it is a way to let go. We've all heard it, right? We've all heard it from someone we love. It's like, you got to let that go. And in my journey, I was like, yeah, I want to, but how? How? This is a way how. It is weird. I get it. I understand it, but it works. It works with my 10-year-old nephew. It works with my 40-year-old boyfriend. Like it moves. It doesn't matter where you're at, what you do. It will work and it will move. And in this practice, you may already find that you're kind of feeling some feels, or some of you might have a layer of tears on your eyes. It has happened over the years where just the power of speaking this tool out is already clearing space. And when we want to make a change, like out in the world, really, it's just required that we shift how we see the world, and this tool can help us. We start to shift our perspective, the world around us changes. We grow, we heal, we learn, we mature, etc. And that's ultimately what we want when we're navigating our personal growth and our self-care. So go ahead and grab your pen, whether you've got this guide or a journal, and I want you to write the affirmation, I forgive, FOR dash GIVE, and then use that plus sign and release. It's very important that you write the prompt for every line that you write down. I know it's easier to write it at the top and then just make a list. But my example in this is that we all make to-do lists and we write to do, and then we just make a list. And by the time we're done, we have 20 things on the list. But if I asked you to write the affirmation, I am going to do, and then fill in the blank, I guarantee you'd put like 3 to 5 things. Why? Because you're so tired of writing this long affirmation that you'd probably be like, that's enough on my list. Also, when we use the prompt for every line or for everything we're releasing, it does strengthen the knowing that we are forgiving. And so when that space clears, you will find yourself being like, oh, yeah, I did a forgive and release on that. Okay. It happens. Okay. Don't worry. Don't try to understand. Let's just go right into the practice. So I'm going to give some examples. I forgive and release not being enough. I forgive and release my past. I forgive and release feeling anxious. I forgive and release any heavy feelings I have. I forgive and release not taking time for myself. I forgive and release my finances. I forgive and release my lack of patience. I forgive and release that I've played small. I forgive and release that a memory is still hurting. I forgive and release that my dog has an injury right now that's causing me some stress. I forgive and release my closet. Anything. Okay. So fill in the blank. I forgive and release, and then just let something rise up. Now, a couple little pieces of guidance. This is like the ocean. When the wave rolls in, you're going to write something, and then the wave's going to roll out. Don't worry when the wave rolls out. If you have a beverage, take a sip of your beverage. If you've got music on, listen to some music, or just look around. And that wave, no matter what's going to come back in. And as you start to do this, you're going into yourself, and your present self is so delighted that you have this tool to help you clear some space so that you can see it differently. When we forgive and release, it doesn't mean that whatever you're writing down doesn't matter. It actually means it matters so much that you're willing to give love away into it so that you can see it differently, so that you can free yourself, so that you can heal, so that you can grow, so you can shift your perspective. Because that's ultimately what we need in anything that we're navigating that's heavy or difficult, is that we just need to shift it. And when it shifts without you doing anything, all that's required is a mustard seed of willingness and an open mind, which you already have because you're already watching this video with me, and it will move in you. And the way you take in information, the way you see the world, is the way this is going to come into you. So it won't be foreign. Be very familiar. Sometimes it's subtle. Sometimes you cry, kind of like peeling the layers of an onion with forgive and release. Each layer we peel as we say, I forgive and release. We're peeling away some onions that we have. And sometimes those onions make us cry because they're potent. Okay. But that's part of the process. It's just one layer at a time, one step at a time. And as you do that, some of those things that are deeper inside of you, they'll start to rise up, but your strength will be stronger. Your connection to your present self will be stronger, and you will be prepared to navigate the deeper layers of that onion. Okay. So there's nothing too big or too small that you can't forgive and release. You can go way back into the filing cabinet of your mind and just grab anything, dates, names, experiences. You can also go, I forgive and release all of this because that of a higher power, God, love, the universe just knows. So it can just be, I forgive and release all that I'm carrying. I forgive and release my body. If you have any ailments, headaches, neck pain, digestion issues, go ahead and lay those down as well. Okay. There's nothing too big or too small, like I mentioned, and you can really reflect on all areas of your life. Go explore your work, go explore your home, go explore your relationships, go explore your self care, go explore your hobbies. Okay. Sometimes I hear, oh, I've got all of these projects and I just haven't finished them yet. Okay, I forgive and release that I haven't finished these projects. Okay, look at that negative self talk, things that you find yourself telling yourself when no one else can hear them. Lay those down. This requires a step out into the space, and you are brave enough, and you will see how this moves. So go ahead, if you'd like, you can pause this video and just start to go, I forgive and release and fill in the blank. Go ahead and take as much time as you need. And when we are working in a little bit of a longer workshop, we'll spend any time from 5 minutes up to 20 minutes. And it's really beautiful to see how you can start really going in and clearing some space. And if you need a little additional nugget of guidance and you're feeling just kind of really blocked, really stuck, go ahead and go towards 108. It's a very divine number. Google it if you're interested in it, and some of the really unique meanings behind that number. But it is it's a number in my practice, and I go towards writing collections of I Am Affirmations, which we'll move into shortly, as well. In 108. So forgive and release can also do that. And that doesn't have to be in one sitting. You could do it over the course of a weekend or a wonderful practice, just to do little by little at night. And this gives you full permission to forgive and release all those blank journals you have at home sitting on the shelf that you're afraid to ruin. It gives you full permission to hold that journal and say, I forgive and release. I'm afraid to ruin this. I forgive and release my handwriting. And then that journal may want to stay with you. It may want to be donated to the thrift shop. And I give you full permission to go to TJ Maxx and buy another great journal. I know some of you are like, is she reading my mind? I was that person. Okay. So take some time, do some forgiving and releasing, create some space. Okay. And we will fill that space with our next practice of I Am Affirmations. All right, glad to be moving into our next practice. And when we create space with I Forgive and Release, we want to be intentional with how we fill that space. And I Am Affirmations is a tool that I use within the art of daily practice to be intentional with how we fill that space. And I Forgive and Release is also a tool to help you write I Am Affirmations, and absolutely necessary to have when you go into this practice, which is why we do this one first. So, I Am Affirmations are a tool to help you connect to your most present self. It helps you soften that ego, negative monkey mind voice. It helps you cultivate your vision. It helps you affirm the truth within you. Again, I am affirmations or affirmations. We see them on everything: coffee mugs, laptop cases, phone cases, all the things, right? And I'm so grateful to have all of that because it brings us joy, it brings us laughter, and it brings those good vibes. And sometimes at the same time, though, it feels kind of fluffy. I think you know what I mean when I say that. It's just been the word I've had for years. It's just sometimes it feels fluffy, but it's necessary because our minds need these practices to help strengthen our love muscle. So when we go to the gym to lift our dumbbells to strengthen our physical muscles, what do we have in our toolbox that can strengthen that mental muscle? And we do know that affirmations are one of those tools. And so I'm going to guide you through a mini practice of I am affirmation journaling. Okay. So we know for many of us, what we put after the words I am affirms what we think, starts here. Then from what we see, because we're going from our thought, and now that thought is now we're going through our eyes and what we're seeing. Then as we move through that, then that's how we begin to move and take action in our life. So if we hear the voice, I'm not enough in our head, and then we look out into the world, we're going to have constant things showing us that we're not enough. Then from there, we're going to act in accordance to that, which means that you might not show up for yourself. You might play small. You might quiet your voice. You may stay stuck in an area. And so putting positive affirmations after the words I am is so powerful. Now, with this practice, there are going to be statements that you're writing down that you just know to be true about yourself. For example, for me, I'm creative. I've been creative since I was young. It's just something I know about myself. Okay. So that to me is what I call a light word. It's just light, it's easy. Okay. Then there's going to be affirmations that you hear or that you see on the word list that's provided, either on your printable or on your digital guide, that are just kind of like neutral, but it caught your eye. You're just like, and maybe you don't really have a relationship with it. You don't really know what it means, but it just kind of made you feel something good. That's called a neutral. Then we would write those down. And then there are heavy affirmations, affirmations that you do not believe to be true about yourself. Okay, so for example, you may see the words, I am confident, and you're like, nope, I don't got that. Well, that's okay. So we'll use the practice of I forgive and release to clear that space. So it sounds like this: I forgive and release that I don't feel confident. I forgive and release that I've had a lack of confidence. I forgive and release that my actions affirm my lack of confidence, etc. Either way, I forgive and release the word confidence. Okay, we clear the space. So that's where you can take that in your mind with that practice, or you could softly whisper it. Then you just clear this energy around the word and you just leave it on the list. Okay, that's a heavy one. But as time goes on, that shift happens in an instant, but it might take a moment or two. Just go back to some of those words and go, and they're going to feel different. You're going to see them differently. And even if they just go to that neutral place, yes, and then write it down. So you're going to write affirmations that you believe to be true about yourself. And you're also going to be writing affirmations that you don't believe to be true about yourself. Okay. And that's the important part. The second part is because if we just believe all these to be true, then okay, great. That's great that we can affirm them and we can strengthen them. It's really about those ones that we're like, ooh, we're wanting to step into this. It's the vibration we want to move into. This is what, again, strengthens that love muscle, builds that muscle from within. Okay. So we're going to use the prompt I am. Then I want you to take a look at the word list that's in front of you. And I just want you to begin to explore it and make a mark, circle it, underline it, put a star, put a dash, put a dot, whatever resonates with you. You do you, and just see what you find. Okay. Like attracts like. So as you look at these positive words, more positive words are going to rise up in you. Okay. So just take some time. This practice has all kinds of different prompts, and I'll give you a handful of them. This is just a little mini practice today. These affirmations are customized for your special event that you're doing. And so just start to explore and make a mark. You're welcome to pause this video and take as much time as you would like. Now, once you explore the word list, and you can keep exploring it, you're going to take that prompt, I am, and you are then going to fill in the blank with one of those affirmations. So if you circled practicing, it's I am practicing. Again, very easy to write I am at the top and then just write the list of words, but it's very powerful what we put after I am. And this one's a short prompt, and so we're going to continue like we did with I forgive and release to write it for every line that we write down, and you can also have a header. Okay, but you might hear your own words. You will hear your own words. Just like the ocean, the waves are going to come in. It moves a little slowly in the beginning, and then you're going to really start to go for every line you write down. It's like walking a mile into yourself. So we're going to go towards, don't worry here, I forgive and release, 108. Okay, we're not going to finish that right here, right now. It would take probably about an hour and 15 minutes if you put some music on and you chose not to touch your phone or get up. Okay, so it's absolutely reachable. Okay, I've written thousands of I am affirmations over the last 13 years, and I've watched thousands of people arrive at 108 and they didn't think that they could make it. Okay, so that's something that you can work on. Okay, so I am, and then fill in the blank. So I might circle I am practicing, but I might hear a word after that. For example, I am practicing my positive self talk. I am practicing trying new things. I am practicing reaching out to my friends to get together. I am practicing meeting my yoga mat. I am practicing getting rid of things in my closet. Okay, so you will hear your own words. If right now you're like, I don't hear anything, that's okay. Use I forgive and release to keep clearing the space of any of those thoughts that that ego monkey mind is trying to fill in. And now you see just how automatic it can be. Okay. Then I want you to focus on your titles. So, for example, for myself, I am a daughter, I'm an aunt, I'm a twin, I'm an artist, I'm a yogi, okay? I'm a runner. I haven't physically ran for many years, right? But I have run, and I could run if I needed to. So why not just own the title as a runner? So then I can wear these like great shirts that say like run happy, live free, right? So take what you love to do. Maybe you like to garden. You're a gardener, okay? You know your titles: a mother, a father, a son, a daughter, a friend, an aunt, an uncle, etc. Okay? So start adding those titles in. Now, those titles might bring up some feels around some of those relationships. So go ahead and use I forgive and release. And then if you're really feeling the feels, I want you to add a positive adjective in front of them. For example, I am an amazing mother. Okay? It's okay if you don't feel that. We'll give love a weigh in, and then we'll use that affirmation to strengthen the truth. All these positive words, they're true about you. Some of them might be blocked. Some of them might not have been growing enough, and they're just little seeds in the ground. And some of them are just blowing in the wind, feeling really good, catching it. Okay. So focus on your titles, focus on the positive word list. Then I want you to take a look at your self-talk, and maybe you find yourself saying, I'm not a patient person, or maybe someone told you you're not a patient person. Okay, forgive and release, and then write the most divine outcome from that. I am a patient person. Okay, if we continue to believe that we are not patient, it doesn't matter what we do and how we practice, we're still going to feel that we're not patient. So we clear that energy from our thoughts, from our filing cabinet. Then from there, again, we start to see, and then we start to act differently. Okay. So look at those things. I also want you to take your should list, and I want you to forgive and release anything that like the shoulds, like don't should on yourself, right? Forgive and release those. But things like I should drink more water. I should get to bed earlier. I should reach out to friends. I should book a vacation. Those are your most present self's divine guidance. I want you to strengthen that in you and write those as I am affirmations. What I'm trying to show you here is that yes, you can have these beautiful positive affirmations on this word list, but I also want to make this practice very tangible for you and very real. You can also take your actual physical to-do list and write it as I am affirmations. I am cleaning out my closet. I am making a budget. I am painting my bathroom green. I am doing the garage project. Okay. So there's power in stating you're already doing something before you do it. It pushes out in front of you the intention and the energy, and then like attracts like. So you start to move in it with a more ease, and the effort feels light and tangible, and you're just like, wow. So you've got your word list, you've got your titles, you've got your should list, you've got your to-do list, you've got your vision list. And vision, we're all familiar with vision boards, things that you cut out of magazines that you want to manifest in your life. We can do that same practice using I am statements and again, writing them as if they're already happening, which is going to be that ING. So, for example, I am traveling to Hawaii to see my best friend. I am starting a second business. I am getting a puppy. I am organizing my closet. I am driving an Audi. Take that vision list and put it into I am affirmation form. Vision is very common around the new year. It can be really common around your birthday. So, again, if vision isn't where you're at right now, don't worry. That energy comes in, but you can take great courage and bravery to write something as if it's already happening. Okay. Now, I want you to embrace duplicates. So if you continue to hear an affirmation, I want you to keep writing it down. Just keep writing it down. And those you would underline if you happen to notice it keeps showing up. And if you were to only practice a post-it notes worth of affirmations, those would be those duplicates. Those duplicates are a little message for you to affirm what you already know, to strengthen something that needs to be made stronger. And so really embrace those duplicates. And if it just keeps coming, I want you to just keep writing it down. Like if you write it and then you write two more and then you hear it again, keep writing it down. So I am affirmations. Are they fun? I don't know. Are they necessary? Yes. I use my I am affirmations as part of my morning practice, and I do read out loud my list of them. Does it happen every day? No. Is my practice unique? Yes. So, what do I mean by that? I want to be fully transparent and open. I'm checking emails on Instagram, writing in my journal some forgive and release, writing another email, texting over here, plucking my eyebrows, washing dishes. And over the years of 13 years of doing this, my flow has ebbed and flowed. And along the way, I was guided to not try to control the practice, which is what many of us can resonate with areas in our life. It has to look a certain way. But what we do is we forgive and release that, and we let that organicness of all things in life just flow. And what you'll find is that as you are doing a different task than the journaling or the affirmations, you'll maybe want to go back to that moment. But embrace the multitasking. And I also am not here as a guide to give you any more things to do. So, the beautiful thing about I Forgive and Release and I Am Affirmations is that they can be used anywhere at any time. Forgive out loud, mindfully, write it down. I Am Affirmations, write it down out loud, put them on post it notes, put them on your bathroom mirror, put them on your laptop, put them in your car. Just don't cover your odometer. We don't want you going 100 now. Okay. And there are more tools within the art of daily practice, but these two right now are going to help you navigate your journey. They're going to help you move forward. And if there's any more resources that you would like from me, or if you would like to tuck into the practice of guidance journaling, asking for guidance, feel free to just send me an email at artistnicoleray@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to send you over that practice as well. And so we are coming to the final close. But again, these videos can be watched over, they can be taken with you. I am with you. Let's close our practice with some I am affirmations. All right. Repeat after me. I am practicing. I am choosing love. I'm enough. I am trusting the process. I am honoring my journey. I am cultivating my vision. I am loved. I am whole. I am doing enough. I am embracing new things. I am kind to myself. I'm believing in my ideas. I am speaking my truth. Oh, I am honored and grateful to practice with you. I am with you. I am only an email away. I would love to hear from you. Feel free to send me a message if you've collected your 108 I am affirmations. Feel free to share any of the I am affirmations with me. Feel free to find me on Instagram under Artist Nicole Ray and take a picture of your journal page. I'm here for whatever it is that you need, or you're just needing some positive affirmations or a little nudge of guidance. I am with you. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. We will close our practice with the affirmation, I forgive and release this practice.